Hi, welcome to this quick webinar about our conference app. So the ILT 2014 conference is fast approaching. In fact, it's under 200 days away. Exciting and scary. Woohoo! So hopefully you've all downloaded your conference app. My name's Amanda Hartman. I'm the second head you see there, a part of our Spectronics consultancy team, who will be out in full force at our conference next year in May. So I'm sure you're all aware that our conference is coming and it's such a fun full-on days. This year we released a really cool app that's going to help support you in terms of where to go and the schedule of what events are on and what speakers we have, and also a lot of social media will all be embedded within it. Of course, we've got our 6 awesome keynote presenters that are a part of it, and we'll be able to look at some of their sessions as we go into the apps today. So the conference is going to be great, and the experience is going to be made even so much better with the use of our conference app. So let's go ahead and have a look at it. So here I am, I've downloaded it. Now basically we have a sign-in thing. So I'll click the sign in page there, and I'm going to have to sign in my details and create an account. So it is important that you sign in if you want to, and you can, because you need to have your, so all your contacts and everything are saved, and if you set particular schedules for sessions that you want to go and watch. So if you haven't done it before, you click the sign up button down the bottom and you fill in those details. And so let's just go ahead and do that. Your display name is if you have a nickname or something. Oh, here, look. No, I'm a bit... I was going to put in my nickname from my childhood, but then I'm fearing that some of you might tease me with it later. So I'll just call myself AH. And I'm going to put in an old Gmail email account in here today because I've already registered before, and so I'm just going to put in this old Gmail account that I rarely use anymore, and I will enter in a password which I will black out so that you can't all hack me. I'm sure you understand. And then I'm going to push the green register account. Okay, so as it said, I've now had an email being sent to my Gmail account, and that will give me instructions on how to confirm. So, and I have to, for me to sign in to save all my changes within the app, I need to do that. So I'm going to close out of the app now and wait to receive the email. Okay, so we're in my Gmail account now, and we can see that I've had an email pop in asking me to confirm my CrowdCompass account. Okay, so now I just click on the blue confirm button, and that's taking me obviously to an events page through the app. And there it is. So there it is online. I can look at it. So hopefully I've confirmed that now. I'm going to close out of there, and I'm going to go back into the app now, and now I can sign in. Gmail.com. Okay, so I sign in. All right, so now that I've signed in, you can see I've got my profile up the top here over on this left-hand pane in the black. So this is a good place where I can go in, I can check my account settings with my name. This is also where I can connect things like my Facebook and my Twitter and my Google and my LinkedIn accounts so that the social media things work seamlessly within it. So let's go and connect my Twitter account, for example, so that if I tweet within the app, I'll be able to do that. I can, yeah. So let me enter in my Twitter account now. So that's my Spectronics password on this one, email on this one. And again, don't look at my password. So I'm going to authorize this app. Okay. So now I've allowed I've allowed, and it's automatically, by doing that, it's dragged across my little thumbnail picture of myself and stuff, which is good. I can also go into my profile settings if I want, and it's got a photo there that it's pulled from Twitter, but I can also choose a file if I want to take a photo or choose an existing photo. So I'm sure during the conference I'll get a crazy photo taken and I'll replace it in here. I can also go through and of course fill in the rest of my details, and this will become part of my contact and profile information that other people that are using the apps. So I can even fill in everything along here. And as I said, I can connect my Facebook and my other Google things as well. So you might want to go through and fill that out if you're happy to share all your information is in a networking opportunity for people that you meet during the conference. So I'll click Save those changes there. So now I've done those things, I've looked at my account settings, my profile settings. I'm now going to go in and have a look at the conference app. So here it is. Basically, this is going to be our information and our networking hub, where you'll be able to share notes taken during and read other people's notes. As I said, it's about networking. You'll be able to review the resources and the presentation, all the information about the speakers and everything. So let's go ahead and open this event. So we have our beautiful opening page with the logo, and what we're going to do is we're going to just step our way down the left-hand pane here. Okay, the first little thing you'll see, like second from the top, is a little revolving banner, and so at the moment it says, so we've got the conference there, but then we've also got consultancy services. When I click on consultancy services, it takes me live within the app directly to links on our Spectronics website or our Spectronics blog. So that's useful to be able to, if somebody mentions something, oh yeah, I can just click and get directly to it there. And same with the Spectronics Online, there's just an active link there that takes me straight to our Spectronics Online service there too, which is fantastic. And similarly, down a little bit further is the Spectronics. There's a Spectronics tab, and that takes us live within the app without having to go out to Safari or whatnot. Takes us directly to the home page of our Spectronics webpage. And obviously I've got back and forward buttons along the bottom here, and the little cross down in the bottom corner closes that web page. But let's have a look. We're going to have a look at our event guide, and when I click on schedule, you can see that I've got a few different options of how I can search and look at the schedule. Firstly, I can just schedule it by day and go, okay, I want to just plan out my Thursday of what I'm going to look at the Thursday. And I can have a look at what all of the presentations are that are happening on the Thursday. And I'll find something that I think looks really quite interesting, and I'll click on it, and it will open. Oh look, that just happens to be the presentation I'm doing on the Thursday. So when I click onto it, what it gives me is it gives me the title, and we're going to talk about each of these little buttons along the top here. It gives me a description of it, and it also gives me who the presenters are. And when you click on the presenters, you then get the information about the presenter, the sessions that they're presenting, and their, all of their details if they're in there, as well as their bio. So you can read up about each of the presenters during the day. What's good though is along the very top there, we have a little pencil, which is the first thing, and this is where I can add a live active note during the presentation, so I can put my notes in here. The next one I have is a little bookmark, so if I'm interested in this one and I want to check back on it later, I can put a little bookmark on it, and we can look about where that appears later. We'll be able to see bookmarked sessions and that sort of thing. We also have an alarm, so I better set myself a reminder that I should really get there 30 minutes before if I'm presenting. So I've set myself a reminder. I also obviously have my camera there, which means I can take photos during that session, and they'll be shared, they'll go into the app as well. If I definitely want to attend this session, I can add it to my schedule here with this add to schedule button, and by doing that, basically it's going to be listed in my schedule, which is down in these event extras down the bottom here. If during the session you want to share it or anything, you've got that top little share button up the top there, and it allows you to write something about it and and share it during the session. Okay, so let's go back. So what we did then is we searched by day. So I go back. I can also search by track. So if I wanted to look at just all of the papers that were being presented around literacy and learning difficulties, here I can see all of the sessions that are going to approach that, and that might be a good way to search. I can also search by a more particular topic. If I really know I need to check out some low vision things, I can see the paper that I need to go to, so it's more specific. I also like looking at scheduled speakers, because I know that you know, one of our keynote speakers, Jason Carroll, I wanted to see, and so I can stalk him and follow him around and watch all of his sessions during the conference. So by searching by presenter, I can see all of the sessions that he's going to be presenting on. And if I'm really interested in looking at, for example, Google in education, I can have a look at it, I can read about it, I can click on Jason's profile and read more about him, and there's his sessions again, and all of his contact details are all listed there. So, and even actually within their bio, he's got a blue active link here, and that actually takes me to the web page that gives an even more thorough overview, as well as some papers and photos and different bits and pieces, and even a video of Jason in action from last time. So, you know, those, for some of our keynote presenters, there's a whole lot of information that we can find about our presenters, and I was able to push on that blue live link to go to that live on our onto the Spectronics web page. Okay, so what we looked at, I'm backing back out of there, is we looked at our schedule by day, by track, by topic, by speaker. And I should have, bookmarked. So when I got that Google in education, I will push the little bookmark button, the second one in there, to bookmark it. And again, I'll add it to my schedule. And there was, so obviously I've done that now. Now I can click on the bookmarked activities, and it's got the two that I liked that I wanted to go back to. So you don't have to search every time, you can just have a look within your bookmarks of the ones that you've saved. Okay, so that was the schedule that we were looking at there. The next are the maps. There's obviously a geographic map. This is going to give me instructions on how to get there on the Gold Coast, of where we are. I'm also going to want to know the venue map. This is for helping me not get lost and knowing the names of all of the rooms so I can find myself around. And I think I'm going to be hanging out in that little blue space there called the Speco Lounge. That sounds like a cool place to hang out. And I'm definitely going to want to know how to get myself down to that pavilion where all the food is. Definitely. Okay, so there is the map for our venue. And the last thing is the exhibitors hall, which again is a really important thing. So we can see the numbers of all the booths, and closer to the time, of course, we'll know who's in what booth, and you'll be able to make your way there to look at particular exhibitors. And speaking of that, we can go to the next tab now and have a look at all of our exhibitors, which of course are sorted by name or category. So let's have a look at the name. And so if you are really interested in inclusive technology, who's one of our gold sponsor coming along to the conference, we can read about them. We've got all of their details there. There's some photos already added. I can take notes about them. So if I'm at the inclusive technology exhibitors booth and they've talked about a particular program that I need to go back to my school and get, say for example Choose It Maker, then I type that in there to remind myself with lots of stars to remind myself. Hang on a minute, what happened to my 3? I do need to have, say, Choose It Maker 3, and then I put lots of stars to remind myself when I get back to my school I want to talk to my principal about getting this fantastic software for our school. So I've made myself a note within that inclusive technology. I can also bookmark them. So again, when I go back, I've got my favorite exhibitors that I want to make sure that I look at and go back and visit during the conference. So, I mean, this app is really about helping you manage your time, perhaps planning before you come, but also during the day. So you make them during the conference, so you make the most of the opportunity. That's how it's been designed. Oh, and I forgot to show you the speakers tab. So when you click on the speaker tab, again, you can just be searching through the different speakers that are presenting and click on any one of them to get information, contact information, information about what sessions they're presenting. So anyone that's presented a paper and is part of our sessions, you can go in and get more information about them. And again, if there's a particular person who you're particularly interested in watching, you can add a note about them by clicking the pencil, or you can bookmark them as well. And again, when you bookmark them, they become part of your bookmarked speakers that you have, that you can go and read up about your speakers. As easy as that. Okay, so the next one on the list is the attendee list. Okay, so once you've joined in, you can now see other people that have joined in on the conference app as well. So other people we can see who are going to be attending the workshop. The next link is the conference, sorry. The next link is the videos, and that basically at the moment links us to our very cool 5-minute opening video that was our introduction to the conference for 2014. You can watch that live on there. We can also have a look at some more information about the app within there, so we can read about it. You can also search within the app. So if you're searching for Mr. O'Connor, you can type in his name and find him there. Okay, so that's what the search function is. There is also an inbuilt QR scanner. So there might be QR codes used throughout events, and so having your own inbuilt QR scanner is very helpful. And then the next thing in the event guide, just going down the list there, again that Spectronics tab takes you live to the Spectronics homepage as discussed. Okay, let's keep going down the left-hand pane there, and we can see we're now going to have a quick look at the event extras. And the first one is the event compass. And what you're going to be seeing in the event compass is the next event that's going to happen, whether you're registered for it or not. So at the moment we're seeing something that we all need to know is that the registration desk will be open between those times on the first day of the conference. So as events are become active during the conference, this is a great place that you can quickly have a look at, click on the event compass, and you will see the next events that are coming up around the conference. So what a great way to keep up with all the busy happenings around the conference days. I like how this just kind of constantly updates. I'm looking at that top rotating banner. I can see the consultancy services. We looked at Spectronics online, but there's a new one that just keeps popping up. See how it's active now? We can click on that Nuance one, and it gives us the information about Nuance Communication, who of course are one of our great sponsors here at Spectronics for the conference. So fantastic to see that just actively updates with new information and links as that comes available. I do like the My Schedule, and this takes me kind of to a calendar, so you can see the couple of things that I added to my schedule back when we were searching up the top here when we were looking at the schedule. I added a few things, so now when I click My Schedule I can see those couple of papers. I've got 2 views. I can list by day, so let's go across to Thursday, and you can see there's those 2 papers, or I can look at them just like that. Those are the 2 views of looking at the sessions in my schedule. I can also add a schedule, so just say I decide to have a midnight meeting with Speechies, and we might do it at the roulette table. I'm being silly, of course. I would never do this. And we'll do it on Thursday night after the conference dinner, and I'll remind myself 5 minutes before. Done. Now I have an extra my own little event added to my schedule for the conference as well. Also notifications so I'm going down the event extras. I've skipped right on. We looked at the notifications, so any important bits will come through here. I can also start adding a contact list of people that I meet. So if I meet an attendee and I meet Barb, I can add her to my contact list. Okay, and we've shared our contact information, so now I can go down and look at my contacts, and Barb is there. Now she has to confirm that she's happy to share her contacts with me, which of course she will, and then she'll be part of my new exciting network. I can also see the notes that I've made. You can see there's my Choose It, Make a Note that I made before when we were in the exhibitors section, and also the link to Twitter allows me to tweet within the app directly, and there's the conference page, so that you can be tweeting exciting and interesting and sharing things live even within the app, which is really, really fantastic. Oh, and as you can see, the last thing down the bottom tells us that our event, our conference, is only 194 days away. How exciting. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of an insight, a bit of a start on how to use our conference app. There's going to be people that can help you with it during the conference, so if you're having any difficulties, please, there'll be people on site that will be able to help you. So I hope that you all sign up, sign in, link in, and have a bit of a play. It's actually quite cool being able to look at the schedule and be starting to think about what sessions you might want to do, and all of that sort of things, because there's some just fantastic papers, and I'm sure that just like all of us, you're all really, really, really excited for the conference. It can't come fast enough. So May 2014, we'll look forward to seeing you there. That's bye from me. See ya.